How you doing, Justin?
I am just drained of everything right now.
Well, gotta pump it up. We're gonna do this show because I've played nothing this week, so I need you to tell me all about your things.
I'll get into it. I'm probably gonna save my longest one for last, as far as notes go.
I mean, saving the longest for last is sometimes the best course of action.
You're right, but this is the Catch-All Podcast. Welcome to it. This is Constant Calibrating Gaming Podcast. This is our water cooler, you could say, where we talk about all of our gaming experiences. Hi, how are you?
I good. I'm more awake.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm your host, Justin. This is Josh. Hi, how are you?
Wow, there is some energy manifesting. I don't know if for good or bad, but I'm all right. Last night's show actually pumped me up so much that I have undue energy, but I also haven't been to sleep since it, which means that I rode the wave from buzzed to drunk on the Constant Calibrating podcast to somehow got drunker and drunker as the night went on, well after I stopped drinking. And then somewhere around 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning, when I still couldn't get to sleep, my hangover kicked in. So it's been a time. I did fall asleep playing video games earlier. So
that's adorable.
It happens. I used to make fun of people all the time. Former Constant Calibrating co-founder Steven, I used to make fun of him all the fucking time for passing out while playing video games, because what kind of person could pass out doing that?
I've done it.
I just can't stay awake sometimes, particularly if the games are particularly soothing, which is a game I'm going to talk about at some point.
Ooh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of stuff I want to play, but right now
Too
I'm
much
still
coming out.
Same old. I played a little more Creature in the Well.
All right, so yeah, how has your Creature in the Well thoughts shifted? Because people have been making me feel really bad about my opinions since last show.
I mean, there are bad opinions.
Shut up.
No, I mean, it is how it is. Because, I mean, it's like we already talked about hack and slash with pinball mechanics, and
Sure.
each level, each area, the boss fights are all pretty much kind of a puzzle, but you also have to have reaction time for it. So it's not just like, oh, I know what I gotta do. You also gotta perform it. Yeah, there are points that the game definitely gets rough, but like I finally got to the point now where just everything makes sense. I'm like just going right through it. I understand the temples, I understand the level design, or as far as like the map goes and stuff like that. And I'm just getting stuff, unlocking the new weapons or charge blades or whatever. And I had to get my battery fixed this weekend, and during that time, which was, God, that's a ridiculous
Your
story
car battery specifically.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we also got to run diagnostics on this because we saw this pop up. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's because of the batteries. Like, yeah, well, we got to run it. It's like, how much is diagnostic? $130 in 2 hours. I'm like, just want the battery. But anyways, so I just sat there and played Creature in the Well and knocked out 3 more temples. Yeah, really enjoying it. I do want to finish it. I'm definitely going to get around to that. Something else I've been trying around too. I noticed Spider-Man Far From Home, the Experience VR demo, got a Valve Index update, and it's fun. You
don't sound convinced.
No, it really adds more to the game too, because like now it like actually tracks your fingers, and to actually throw a web out, you kind of gotta you have to do the Spider-Man thing, little whip action. So I mean, realistically though, like all you have to do is put pressure where the middle finger's at, and then it just does it. But still, you still kind of feel like you're doing it. I don't know. It adds a little bit to the thing. It's just like it is a tech type demo-ish almost. I mean, it's free, so I mean, can't argue. But I don't know. Like I already played it out, so I'm like, oh, this is cool, and I turned it off.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it sounds interesting, but yeah, it sounds very tech demo. Like, this is how VR works. You good VR? So if you're already experienced with VR, then...
Yeah, well, the other part is I did not just... I could care less right now about VR stuff at the moment. Great, I love it. It's just there's so much stuff out right now that I'm still trying to catch up on. Like, Control. I didn't play any Control this weekend. I should have played Control this weekend. I should beat Control already. Have not.
Well, I mean, because...
get back at...
I was saying, like, this weekend, and there's a lot of stuff, but then also we have the lead-in for this week. This is the week of games, and why is it the week of games? It's like the third week in September. But
I mean, like, come on, man. The Ghostbusters remake's coming out. I got shit to do. So,
wait,
so
we talking about Luigi's Mansion?
That one too.
Oh, I mean, look, seriously, we got Link's Awakening remake coming out this week. We got Untitled Goose Game comes out like tomorrow. Castle Crashers on the Switch and PS4. Definitely Switch. And yeah, it's like, what else is there? There's Sayonara Wild Hearts is coming out. Release dates for numerous things are hitting. Oh, like just like BT Dubs, this is coming out this week, or BT Dubs is coming out next week. Sorry, what now? And I'm just sitting here like, I got the wall of reviewable things over here.
Not only that, like Game Pass dropped some new stuff hitting now, and there's some straight up bangers on there if you haven't played them yet. There's one that I should be more excited about, but I already owned it and played it, so I don't remember what it is. The other one is like Jump Force. It's I kind of wanted to play it, and it's going to be on the Game Pass. So I'm like, all right, cool. Why not?
You know, one of these days, I'm actually going to like use my Game Pass, and it's going to probably be like the last weekend.
Yeah, you should. You should use your Game Pass. You should play Gears. Let me tell you more about Gears 5, because that's what I played a little bit more of.
Sure, let's hear more Gears 5.
There's not much more to talk about. I played like a few more, a little bit further into the campaign. Again, I want to play more of it. I want to get more of the multiplayer. It's so well done. It's good. Like, it is a good Gear game for, wow. It's a good Gears game for older fans. It's a good Gears game jumping on point for people that might be new to it. And they actually pretty much make this game and just like with the assumption that this is going to be somebody's first Gears. So yeah, catch you up on everything you need to know. I wrote a note, Gears 5, just a reminder, is actually called Gears 5, not they dropped the of war. I kind of guess maybe because every time you say GOW, oh god, especially when I worked at GameStop, I couldn't tell, like, oh wait, okay, GOW, are you talking about God or Gears of War?
Oh yeah, so no, it's always a weird thing that to deal with.
Mm-hmm. I think also, like, maybe so you don't start talking about a certain ashy Spartan when you say GOW. That's where I wrote.
You know what?
That's where my mind was.
I mean, I'll be honest. I read that and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, right. And it straight up did, like, it makes sense what you wrote. It's just, it's strange,
Does it though? Does it?
It makes sense. Is it a good note? That's for the jury to decide.
Oh god, you're right, man. And they are not on my side. Let me tell you. But yeah, it's still working. I still want to play with you. I think you would enjoy it.
I'm probably would. I want to play with you. I want to play with a bunch of other friends. It's just, all I played this last week. I set a goal for myself this week that I was going to come to this show with 2 actual full reviews. It's because I'm like, I looked at my little board. I got a board that you can kind of vaguely see off the side, but I got a little board now where I have my games to review, and I looked over at this board and I'm like, all right, I got one game on here we just got a review code for last week that's only that according to the developers is a roughly 10-hour game. And then we have another game that's slightly older that just came to the Switch that according to howlongtobeat.com is about 3 to 5 hours. I'm like, I can easily in 1 week knock out 13 hours of gameplay. I mean, shit, in 1 week I knocked out nearly fucking 70 hours of Fire Emblem. How hard could this be? And then it's literally been the week where I've had no game time during the day whatsoever. Every day, no game time whatsoever. I've been running from one thing to another, dealing anywhere with sick kids to what have you. And I have played 5 hours of a single game, and that is it since the last show. And it's, yeah, so it's, finding time to play Gears is a whole other thing. But let me talk about that game that I'm referencing that I played 5 hours of. So I wanted to come.
Yeah, let's get into it.
The original plan is I was going to come into this live show to talk about Mutazione, which they actually posted a how to pronounce thing, which to the 2 different people who said I'm pronouncing it wrong, I have it written out phonetically. And you're right, I'm not saying it right. but every time I attempt to say it the exact correct way, it still comes out this way. There's either something wrong with my brain, but apparently they have a whole video. All the developers, nobody can say it the exact proper way. So take it for what you will. But the game I checked out at PAX West, got the review code for, and the plan was to do a full review. The game's embargo for review drops after we were recording this show live, so the plan was I was going to record this off the air and stuff like that and whatnot, but I haven't finished the game because, again, life. So these are your impressions on Mutazione, which straight up might be my favorite game of the year, or one of right now.
Ooh, okay.
So 5 hours in, I just started chapter 4 of the game. I believe there's roughly, I don't know my notes here from PAX, but I believe it's about 8 to 10 chapters, somewhere thereabouts. Something thereabouts. Anyways, and so I'm like almost halfway through the game then, I guess, and it is, visually speaking, one of the most beautiful games I've seen. And I've been saying a lot. Creature World is a beautiful game, but like for a specific art style, the way this moves, the way the backgrounds are layered with the character, and like it's just, I keep taking pictures of the game because I just want to use it as backgrounds on my computer. It harkens back to point and click adventure games where it's like, can I just kind of can I get like a shot without the character and just have the backgrounds?
Okay.
Because it's just gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. You play a character named Kai, who you are going to visit your dying grandfather, who you have never met, because he was living on this island, Mutazione, that was hit by a meteor a long time ago, which started mutating all the people on the island and also separated it from the mainland. Your grandfather wasn't there when that meteor hit. He was a person who came to the island sometime afterwards. He ended up having a daughter there, which is the character's mother, who the daughter left sometime for some reason that I still don't know yet, when she was 3 to 5 years old, very young. Mm-hmm. So you know your grandfather, going to meet him before he dies, and you end up like taking care of him, and the game's all about like this gardening aspect because your grandfather's actually this shaman, and there's magic on the island, and it's just sincerely a beautiful fucking game. The characters are wonderful. I there's not a character that I dislike in the game so far. I'm actually completely and utterly in love with the character. I think her, it's all written dialogue, so I don't know pronunciations necessarily, but Mew is what I've been calling her because she's a cat lady. So, and it's spelled Miu, so I'm assuming Mew, for some punastic things. But characters are great. Writing's phenomenal because it's shaped up to be like something like, this kind of like drama ensemble cast kind of thing. So the stories range anywhere from like really fucking depressing stuff, really hard hitting stuff, to some just lighthearted thing where these mutated sausage people are talking about business investments. Mm-hmm. That's literally, I mean, like that's the best way I could describe like some of the scenes. Like it's sometimes all over the map, but yeah. My one tongue-in-cheek issue with the game is the music is so absolutely amazing that I've only been able to play the game late at night, and the goal is like, I'm just gonna play this game 3 hours every night, I'll knock it out quickly. I managed to get about 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes into my playthrough. It's about 10:30, and I'm literally dozing off at my desk. Is it a bad game? No. That is nothing negative against the game. It's because the music is seriously so damn soothing, and it's a narrative game where I'm reading, and it's just like lights out for me. I actually got to play it during the daytime today, and it's still just like the most relaxing thing where it didn't make me doze off, but I'm just like, I just was like sitting and just listening. I honestly want to it's kind of like Firewatch. I just want to open up the game and then go right, almost.
Okay.
So it's been wonderful. Some people were saying that there was a bit of an echo. For some reason, my audio was coming through on a different input that OBS shouldn't even be recognizing, but I just disabled it, so that should fix that problem. But yeah, so anyways, game has been really enjoyable.
That's good. It's good to hear.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was the final thing I was saying is my other like slight gripe about it would be that it harkens back to classic adventure gaming kind of things where you're exploring these screens essentially, and there's about roughly like 19 there's 19 initially, and I think I've seen about 20 plus 24 different screens, and sometimes it's just like part of the game is gardening, so you're finding seeds, and I can't help myself at every time of day explore the world. And there's literally no reason to at some points, so I feel like I'm wasting my time. But I don't think it's nothing against the game. I think that's just because it's it harkens back to point and click adventure games, wanting to explore the world, and I can't stop myself from looking for stuff, even if I know there's nothing there.
Okay, I got you.
But it frustrates me a little bit. But I'll go more into that once. I'll see how I feel once I finish the whole game and a full review on it.
Okay, so yeah, looking forward to hearing from that next show.
It'll be next show, yeah. So anyways, but overall, love the shit out of the game, and was playing it right up until we started this show, and I can't wait to get back to it.
Oh, well, maybe this will be a short show, so you can't.
Justin's just going to fall asleep, and I'm just going to start streaming the game instead.
Yeah, I'm just wasted away.
Better than last night when I was wasted. What? No.
Ooh, wasted away. What? Oh, God. Yeah, that was the thing.
What was...
But yeah, there's something else that dropped this week. Whatever. Borderlands 3.
Minor game. Nothing major.
For some reason, I put Borderlands 3. I've been playing on the PC.
Yeah, I really want to know what the Borderlands is.
I just been calling Borderlands. I don't know. It's just fun to say sometimes.
You know what? You do you. You do you.
Mm-hmm. Now, my history of Borderlands, like I played the first one a lot. I played the second one a lot. I haven't played a lot since the second one. I dabbled with Tales of the Borderlands, and I think I started up the pre-sequel after I like got it for free or something like that.
Okay.
And just never went back to it. So yeah, it's really been a while since I played, a Borderlands game proper. So for anybody who's kind of just wanted more of Borderlands, well, you're in luck. That's exactly what this game is. It's more Borderlands, which is fine.
Borderlands. What?
It's Borderlands, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. If you play Borderlands 1 and 2, you're not going to be too surprised what's here. Still the same type of game, still looter shooter, still killing people, getting guns that do weird stuff. It still has that weird humor, which we'll get into in a bit. But on top of that, it's just like it's not going to win anybody over if you weren't a fan of Borderlands before.
Okay.
They really don't do too much to do that. With those things they do well, though, is a lot of quality of life features from the previous ones. More so playing with other people. I think they're handling a pretty good time around because they're doing that thing where the game levels to you and to the people you're playing with. Like, I might be fighting a level 20 while you're level 5, but you'll be fighting level 5s.
Gotcha.
Like, they'll do level 5 damage to you, you'll do level 5 damage to them, while they're doing level 20 damage to me, and I'm doing level 20 damage to them. It still pitches a bit of disadvantage, but it's fine. It works good enough. I found that, like, I didn't know it scaled like that until I think I did the Circle of Death on accident. Like, I was like, oh, man, let me try this out. And I was like, oh, never mind, I'm going back and play the campaign, and I didn't realize I got queued, and it threw me in there. But yeah, it's like I was fighting with a level 2 trying to survive this, and I held my own. Like, it is definitely tougher because you don't have the skills. You don't have your, like, skill points out to boost certain attributes, or same thing with gear. But you're not going to have a horrible time of, like, continuously getting one-shotted or feeling like you're just not doing anything if you just jump into a game.
Okay.
So for that, like, that's why, like, if you were kind of interested into it, I know your issues with it in the past, as it, like you mentioned, like, you're always wanting to play with people. I kind of jumped ahead or end up playing with somebody else, same thing. And then we would try to jump together, it just doesn't work. It's definitely better for that now, where you just hop in and just have fun.
I mean, that's a nice aspect because, I mean, that was previous Borderlands. If people got ahead of you, it was like, whatever. What's up?
Oh, he's looking at your whiteboard. He says it's a dinosaur yelling at balloons at the bottom right.
Oh, no, Ryan. Ryan's asking is the picture on the door. No, that is actually Roran wrote his name.
Oh.
On my door. I haven't shared on social media yet, but Roran wrote his name, and
there you go.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's not what I see when I look at it, but I think I like yours way more.
Yeah, that's what we get from this little corner, and I see it now, and now I can't unsee it. It's like the Resident Evil 6 logo, like where you're like, oh man, that's a giraffe blowing a dude. You can't see it once you see it.
I do remember that. Yeah, once it's pointed out, it's broken in your mind forever. That just derailed that entire conversation.
Yep, that's the point. Next, I forget what I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, the humor of Borderlands.
It has that now?
Yeah. No. It has the same. It's like if you go back and watch early episodes of South Park.
I mean, I really would rather not. I'd rather remember it for what it was when I was 12 than, you know. And
also, like, I don't want to jab too much at Adam Sandler because I said it already, but it's like, why he's not funny anymore. Or his movies, at least.
I still nostalgically can appreciate Billy Madison.
What I'm trying to get is, yeah, it's just the humor didn't age at all. Like, it's the same humor. I've grown older. The world has grown older. Things happen, man. We're just not at that mindset anymore. So it just doesn't like click as, I don't know. It's like it doesn't have the same feel like it used to. It actually kind of feels like it's kind of doubling down on old memes. It's that a little too hard.
Yeah, well, that's what I've heard a lot from people is that it's not even. I mean, obviously, game development takes a while. Some stuff is going to be older than other things, and you can't time things out as well. It's kind of like the Simpsons effect with more modern Simpsons. It just takes forever to make, but. Like that I've heard most of the meme stuff. There's a lot of meme joke kind of things. That's the same stuff that was happening like just after Borderlands 2 came out. Yeah. It's like that level of old.
It is. It really is. There's some things I'm still looking forward to, like Ice-T's character. I haven't met yet, but I know of him. So that's going to be interesting. But the more the humor I'm finding is in the weapons. They are fantastic, as they usually are. The randomness you'll get into them is just, I mean, from grenades that bounce, and as they bounce, they leave a mine, or to I mean, this was in the other Borderlands where, like, you'll throw a gun and it'll explode, but now you'll throw your gun, will start bouncing around, going, ow, ow, ooh, ow, ow. And sometimes, like, I have a big sign that, like, follows it that says, shoot me, too. I had a bazooka that shot rancid hamburgers at people and did toxic damage.
Sure, as you do.
I heard there's a gun that shoots smaller guns at you.
And that's the kind of stuff, literally, playing with friends and discovering guns is the only thing I care about. For the most part, I watched 3 or 4 nights of Snowbike Mike's stream. Because he just had me streaming at the time when I was working and stuff, and it was like, this is perfect. This is good energy. Like, I can watch this. And watching him enjoy the game and come across random weapons, like, that's what I enjoy about the game. I just don't care about almost the entire rest of it.
That's the thing, too. That's right. Have you seen the gun that shoots guns, that shoots grenades, that shoots exploding guns?
I must have it.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's fucking with me or not, because that could legitimately be in the game, and I would believe it.
Yeah, that 100% sounds like a gun that's in the game, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Yep, and I did. I mentioned this on our very drunken episode of Constantly Calibrating yesterday, but like they did read themselves in a little bit more substantive towards a few things. Like we'll say the little people, no longer the M word. We'll say they're now called tinks. And if that's better, I really don't know.
Definitely according to Aiden last night, that's not better. So I don't know well enough, and I can't really weigh in on that. But I'm imagining it's not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, when you see a badass tink roll up on you, you don't know what to do anymore. It's just the game, dude.
I just don't even know what to do with that information. I just sincerely do not know.
So there's a lot of that too. I'm not seeing. I don't know. Like the bosses so far haven't been really hitting me as much as the other ones have, as far as like their entrances just being that kind of kooky, ridiculous. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are, but it's just like you've seen all this before. I will say though, as far as people who are a fan of Borderlands, if you like are deep into, I guess, the lore, and if you played every single one, the pre-sequel along with Tales of the Borderlands. All that's in this game, so all that would kind of like pay off for you too. There are characters from Tales of the Borderlands. I'm pretty sure there's people from a pre-sequel I haven't seen those Vault Hunters yet, but they're probably in there somewhere. Characters from 1, characters from 2. Borderlands actually does have a progressing story, which carries on. Which is freaking awesome when you think about it, because like one of the main characters you play as one being Lilith, she's kind of like running crap now.
Yep.
In Borderlands 3. Just like Roland was doing in Borderlands 2 before he got shot. Rest in peace, Roland. But yeah, it's kind of cool to like see these characters go around like, oh, she is just badass powered up. That was because of me. No.
No, I mean, but there is that kind of mentality to it, and I get that. I wasn't a big fan of Borderlands 1. 2, I did enjoy. I just it was kind of like a one and done, kind of forgot about it thing. But when I was playing the story of 2, I very much enjoyed coming across the previous characters and stuff like that, and like, you know, bringing them into the fold. That was a huge thing, and that did tempt me about 3, about seeing the progression of these characters and the world. And then I also started seeing people referencing stuff from Borderlands 3 that they were coming across that related to the lore, and I was like, I don't remember any of this, so maybe I actually don't care as much as I thought I did.
It could be it. I had to go watch like what happened in Borderlands 1, 2, pre-sequel, and all that, like the story up to 3. Especially because I didn't play the DLC they released for Borderlands 2 is supposed to lead up to 3. Anyways, lost what I was trying to think about there. Okay, multiplayer, we covered that. Humor, kind of covered that. There's something I want to talk about, but I can't remember. There are some crap that I wish they would fix, one being the opening. Okay. It's cool to see once and play through once.
Do you have to do it every single time when you play with new people, or what's the deal?
Every time you start a character. Now, you can create a character and jump right in with somebody else, but we'll say if you take that character and you want to play a little bit by yourself, you still have to watch the intro after that. You still have to play through the beginning area after that. But after you get through the beginning area, it does prompt up. It's like, hey, you were playing a bit before. Do you want to go ahead and just... like, you know, all those missions you completed, do you want to redo them, or do you just want to have them marked completed now?
I mean, that at least that feature is there, but no, so it sounds like kind of a case of if you are playing a character exclusively with friends, continue doing that. Do not play that character ever again by yourself unless you want to waste an hour or however. I don't know how long the intro is, but
it's like a 15 to 20 minutes.
All right. I mean, I get the frustration, though. As someone who does not like replaying
you have
shit.
to watch Claptrap, like, loudly sneak. Which wasn't funny the first time. I like what Jack Black did better in Tenacious D and Pick of Destiny, but still, like, you know, sneaking around, calling out what he's doing, being very loud about it, but like takes his time to get to a point. You have to watch the whole sequence over again and again. And again, assuming you're only going to play 3 more times for the other characters. But talk about the characters, though. Yeah, Borderlands 2, I mean, I did play the crap out of it, but I really didn't click with it as well as I did Borderlands 1, because I felt like I just wasn't as into the character selection there. Everybody on 3 is fun to play.
Okay. Yeah, I liked 0 and 2, but I could not tell you anything else about any of the other characters in it. Mm-hmm. Ryan in chat is saying this is the first one I've actually wanted to finish. You're not the first person who said that. I've heard that from a bunch of people. So again, so the characters, I mean, I've literally done no research on this game. I just made a hard decision about a month ago that I'm like, I am just not going to play this. And then I re-upped on that because I thought about it a few times this week. Then I'm just like, look, I know I got my issues with the game, but shit, people are having fun with this. Maybe I should. And then I'm just like, nah. So I know nothing. I know nothing about the characters, but it's good that they made the characters equally enjoyable.
Yep. And the whole story this time around is kind of poking fun at live streamers and stuff like that.
Sure.
Which is fine. There is a mission that 100% is a reference to Destiny and 100% a troll.
Fair enough.
I met a dude with no legs whose name is Goner, and he said, "My name is Goner. Goner my leggies." I'm like, oh.
Please no.
Which also was a trolling mission. Holy crap. Like, there's missions to, like, go on. It's like, okay, you just gotta next thing, we gotta hack this. You gotta sit there and fight for a bit. It's like, oh, not enough. Let's do it again. It does that for about 5 more times. It's like,
okay.
I think I got a reward called the Stink Eye after that, which is appropriate enough. But I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's return to form. It's nice to play Borderlands again, I think.
You think?
I think. I've enjoyed it. I do want to finish it. I actually wanted to get back to it. I wanted to play it today, but I had real work to do. I hate to say it. That's real work. It's work I don't want to do. Like, I texted you in a bit of, I messaged you the other day. It's like, yeah, this is one of those times I want to be home creating content, playing games and stuff. I'm like, yeah, felt it strong. And the rest of the day sucked it out of me. So yeah, that's all we got for the gaming aspect.
Yeah.
So, wow, it's we can actually talk about the news.
I know.
We didn't write anything down.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I really know of is that I've seen today. There's one topic I want to talk about. We're recording a special podcast this weekend, so I want to save it for that, for a different show. But then, I mean, what is it? We have Sirfetch'd, finally Farfetch'd, after years of thinking, wow, why doesn't this fucking Pokemon have an evolution? Finally, they've turned him into literally the Onion Knight, and one of my favorite new memes.
Yes. So serious in the eyes. You can tell he's seen some shit.
He's got some serious eyes, and he's also got some serious bedroom eyes. Like, I was like looking at, I showed Charnel a picture like that zoomed in, like one of the zoomed in ones on the face, and she's just like, what? Why is this Pokemon trying to seduce me? So it's just like,
Kyle Gatto tweeted, it's like, peace was never an option with that.
I just love how it's kind of just taking the internet by storm today. And become a lot of people's favorite Pokemon. Although I love all the people who are like, I can't wait to have him as my grass Pokemon. It's a fighting type, apparently. So, again, that's the Pokemon. Since Farfetch'd never made a damn bit of sense, why would Sirfetch'd make a damn bit of sense?
There we go. I guess something else in news, too. Actually, it's really good to talk about with Nathan, but yourself as well. Test stores of the new GameStop layout, at least one of their layouts have kind of surfaced, where it looks like in the center there are tables for board games, in the back there are TVs with consoles. I think there's like a TV with a couch area too, and then like they do have some games in the corner along with some merch and a place for snacks and stuff too. So yeah, this is their guess test model for the hangout type of store. Because they kind of want to make their stores now a more event thing. So I know they're doing that. They're going retro theme with one. There's supposed to be one that's going to be esports theme. So this is what they're trying to shift to. And I'm looking at it. And I'm like, that's not going to make you any money. That, as a GameStop employee, brings everything I did not like about some people. Like, I don't like when parents drop off their kids and like peace out and go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, for the mall locations especially. Like we were babysitting stores.
Yeah, no, full disclosure, there are some people there that they can hang out all day, and I talk to them, and that's freaking awesome. I'd love to hang out, but those are not the people you're going to get hanging out in these stores.
Not a chance. So I've been thinking about this. When we first talked about, because we've done like 2 different talks on GameStop at this point. We talked about when they first announced the retro idea. I hadn't thought about this then, and then we talked about the layoffs and stuff like that as well. And then actually we had 3 talks, because then we had Nathan on the Constant Calibrating podcast and talked about GameStop stuff, the layoffs even more. So what I hadn't really thought about, and I think it might have been Mike Futter who made a comment on Twitter that I saw that's kind of been locked into my brain. All of these new test stores. So, I mean, we all remember it was earlier this year, late last year, where GameStop was pretty much like, BT dubs, somebody come buy us, and then nobody wanted to fucking buy GameStop. Mm-hmm. It feels like they're almost doing all these little boutique, like, test stores as just like a throw everything at the wall and see if desperately someone will buy us, because maybe one of these store concepts is appealing to you.
No,
and like that's what it comes across as, just loud desperation.
That's absolutely what there is. They are trying to limp on till honestly, the next console cycle.
Definitely, that's what their goal is.
Console sales, like hardware sales, are always point of profit for them. How
could it not?
And then, I think they're just fattening up this hog just to slaughter it later. But hope to make a lot of money of it.
Well, GameStop is we talk about every time.
It's fine. It's a business. Forever. That's what happens.
Sure. Well, I mean, we've been talking forever. GameStop has been one foot in the grave for so fucking long. It's ridiculous. But
that's the thing. I said fattening up the hog, but the same thing. They're also trimming the fat, which is like, because if you look at anybody invested in it, it's like, holy crap, this is why do you have 3 stores in one mall type deal?
I mean, it's like essentially, well, GameStop has always had like, well, because GameStop bought Babbage's and EB Games and EB World and all these other brands to the point that, yeah, there were multiple GameStops in very tiny amounts of locations, which once upon a time may have made some sense, but it's in a post-digital world, it makes no sense. It's like, you guys are not Starbucks. There's no need for 2 Starbucks. You know, there's no need for you to have like a Starbucks thing where it's like 2 within one shopping center, you know, kind of thing. You do not have a big enough clientele to justify this, which is also why they're closing a shit ton of stores before the end of the year. But GameStop has never made a lick of sense to me, and that's the first time I've used the term lick of sense.
Like, and I still want a brick and mortar store. Like, I do enjoy going in one every now and then, even though that's not how I buy games anymore. But
that's me with Best Buy.
Also, I try to think about this on the performance side. Like, they have always been about the numbers. There's always been pressuring their staff about the numbers, and now they want their staff to be event planners and holders, but the numbers game has to play in there too, and you're probably going to expect those sales while they're hosting on this crap where people are just hanging out and not really have an interest in buying a damn thing. Oh yeah, the other part they also mentioned too, there's going to be, well, this is part that's replacing some employees, pretty much like a tablet on the wall, and this is going to be implemented at every GameStop, where you can just make your digital purchases and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't have a phone.
God, I'm just utterly baffled, fascinated, and impressed by whatever the shit GameStop is doing at this point. And I, with all my heart, I put my heart out to every employee who's going to lose their job by the end of the next year. Because
I would say I got to actually catch up with a couple I know, because I don't know if they have plans or not.
Yeah,
but they also probably were like, I don't care. I'm just going to ride this bomb until it blows up, you know?
I mean, if that, you know, if that's your option, then do it, you know, keep an eye on other opportunities. But like, I'm just saying, I'm not even remotely hopeful for GameStop as a future. And presumably if they get bought, because that's the if they get bought by another company, I expect massive liquidation. I believe it's going to be a company buying the GameStop and ThinkGeek names, and absolutely nothing else. They are not buying, well, ThinkGeek doesn't have a storefront anymore. That was shut down. And GameStop is going to, you know, whatever the hell they're doing, it's going to be somebody buying the names to use as part of some new product or something like that. They're not going to be buying the employees. They're not going to be buying the business practices. They're not going to be buying any of that stuff. They're going to slap the GameStop and maybe the ThinkGeek names on some new storefront, and that'll be that.
Yeah, because like, I'm trying to think what else would be valuable, because unless, I mean, you would think GameStop is keeping track of people by the rewards program or having the power-up card, or whatever it's called now.
You think so?
That metrics, that's worth something, depending on how much they have, but I don't think they track it as well as other people will, where it's actually worth something to somebody.
No, I don't think there's, if you're talking about like analytics and stuff like that, I don't think there's, I presume based on what I know of it, that there's nothing in that game.
So yeah, I know it popped up. It's a thing to see. We'll see what happens from this. We'll see the other models too. I'm really curious what an esports store will look like. I really don't know.
Yeah, I got no idea. I just don't understand. Well, I just don't understand.
And I know they're trying to also, like, they're going to pick and choose, like, oh, this is where this type of store needs to be. This is where this theme store needs to be. That's, I would hate to be doing that. But yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, we got Sir Farfetch'd. We got the GameStop remodel. Well, one of the test stores. Man, we can't talk about E3, but we'll be talking about it on 3 shows. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah, no, I got nothing to say on it right now. I think we could just end this
Twitch,
early. You know?
Yeah, but I'll say Twitch blew up again with a quote unquote unjust ban, but turns out she actually was just pointing the camera at her crotch at one point. So,
Yeah, I also... Well, here's the... Okay. We kind of vaguely talked about this last night. My issue with that is her implying that there was literally no logical reason whatsoever behind it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason the crotch thing even remotely matters. And I've watched that video. I still think it's not a hard set thing that is actually what she was doing. I know the camera's positioned that way. I could go either way on that. The issue is that, yeah, she implied she did literally nothing, and apparently she may have done a very minor thing. That being said, she still should not have been banned, or anything should have whatsoever happened, because still, even though it's pointed in that direction, you don't see her vagina or anything like that. Like,
no.
The only skin exposed is thighs, and straight up, I can show my thighs on Twitch.
You can, but like you can't be the center of attention.
It's not the center of attention in her video, though. It's aimed in that direction, but you can see the entirety of her body.
Sure. But yeah, still, it's a weird thing. It's another... Oh, Twitch is at it again.
It was another thing of where...
It's definitely not balanced system. That's definitely not preferred. I don't know.
There's no information there. There's no transparency. If the fact of the matter is that if every person, and I mean every person, regardless of any gender-specific stuff, got banned for showing what they claim she was banned for showing, then it would be fine, but that's not the case. There are plenty of streamers who show as much or even more skin. Mm-hmm. There are streamers who have literally had their genitals, for whatever reason, exposed, that have gotten like 30-minute to day-long temporary bans and had no repercussions whatsoever. There are people who've literally this year broken California state law that faced nothing. And yeah, so it's, if Twitch just held out and stuck to one set of rules for absolutely everyone, regardless of streamer, affiliate, partner, long-term partner, money-making partner, regardless, famous, who gives a shit? If everyone abided by the same rules, that'd be fine. It's the one reason why, even though I've had some issues with some of the Mixer stuff lately, just with there just not being, not servicing out variety and things of that nature. The fact is, Mixer has a hard set rules, and maybe they're a little too strict in some cases on clothing, but you look at those rules, and that's the rules they abide by. Are you breaking the rules? You're getting timed out, banned, suspended, what have you. You know what I mean? Regardless of things. If somebody reports you and you're not breaking the rules, then you don't. And it's literally as simple as that. So, while I might not agree with some of the rule things, it's like I know what I'm getting into.
Exactly.
And that's all I want out of a platform is just the fucking transparency and understanding of things. I mean, fuck, just even Facebook has, even Facebook has transparency on things. I know what's gonna, even though some of their rules makes no fucking sense, I know what's gonna get me banned or what's gonna get another person banned. But Twitch is following the Twitter rule where shit doesn't make sense sometimes. No. So,
shit doesn't make sense. If it makes money, it's gonna make less sense. I mean, yeah, you can't. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Oh, yeah. They need to do it. Understand it being a business, and you don't want, like, let's say a key player does something dumb. Someone who might be number 2 on Twitch right now. But yeah, I understand that's your cash cow right there. You don't want to throw away that revenue. But at the same time, yeah, you gotta have some damn standards, man. Or just like, what's the point?
Yeah. I think that's really what it boils down to. Stick by your standards or fuck off. That's kind of where I'm at.
All of us are here. We got a group that's like, or people who are just, straight up won't use the platform because of that. But sadly, at the end of the day, doesn't matter.
Oh, it's meaningless.
Yeah.
It's all meaningless. It's all business. Business is as business does, and blah 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 blah. We can talk until the end of time about all this, and it ultimately might serve to be meaningless, but it's news and it's interesting stuff, and I'm going to talk about it if the opportunity presents itself, because, yeah.
Yeah, so what are you hoping to play this week, Josh?
Oh, shit. I'm going to finish Mutazione. Let's see. Let's look at the board over here. I'm going to play that Kind Words game. I don't know if you've heard about that at all. But essentially, people write letters to each. You write a letter and send it out to the void, and people come across your letter and they could send you uplifting, nice things. And it's just like this very positive mental health thing that I think I saw Rebecca Valentine originally post about, and I've just seen a lot of people talking about it ever since. I haven't actually got a chance to look at it. I'm planning to look at it tonight. Gonna look into that. Let's see here. I got a couple other things. I really want to play Greedfall, but I don't know when I'm going to get...
Oh, God, I got to download it. I want to go. I want to get into it this weekend, but...
Yep, it's too much shit. And clearly, so I'm not going to be picking up Untitled Goose Game, no matter how badly I want to honk about in that. I'm not going to be picking up a bunch of other stuff. But I already have purchased, because I used a Nintendo voucher, Link's Awakening. So I'm guessing that's going to be my Switch game, because I kind of like to divide things up between I have the Switch game and I have the PC/other console game. Because Switch I can play out there, I can play wherever the fuck I'm playing it, versus the PC where it's like, I'm here. That's where I'm playing it. So my plan is for Link's Awakening to be the first Zelda game I actually finish. Well, the first Zelda game I play more than 30 hours of, and the first Zelda game I actually finish. So we'll see if that holds true or not, but usually the Switch has been good luck for me in that regard. But what about yourself? What are you looking forward to playing pretty much from now till the next app?
I really want to finish Control.
Yep.
I want to finish at least the campaign of Gears.
Sure.
I want to try Greedfall. And yeah, I definitely will be getting in on that Zelda goodness, because I can't not do it,
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, and Borderlands in between, we'll see. There's so much crap out there, and there's some stuff I'm seeing on VR right now. Like one game I played, VR Dungeon Knight, just had a big update. They added pets and stuff. I want a pet.
Yeah,
I want a dog to carry my weapons. It's fine.
We all need a good weapon dog in our life sometimes. Yeah,
so I don't know. There's a lot of things out there. Those are the ones I want. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm not this exhausted next episode. Hopefully there's some pep in there.
You gotta get that sweet, sweet pep.
Pep. Dude, I had too much pep. Let's not talk about that either.
Pep it up.
Yep, so we'll go ahead and wind down the show. So, yep, hi, I'm Justin. You can catch me at Justin_Gorius on the Twitters and probably most things, except when I can get it without the underscore, which is not, pretty much my streaming platforms only. You catch Josh at Beer Punch. Oh my God, I heard it. What the fuck was that?
I theorized that I figured out what the problem that Yosemite Blam was noticing, and how to fix it, and no, I didn't. Apparently, I just gave you feedback of what you were saying. Please continue.
Yeah. I don't want to anymore. Yeah, we're constantly calibrating, catching all our stuff at GonCalPod and things, and I don't know, just search us, dude. We're around. We do get
search us.
We did do an awesome counseling calibrating yesterday. I do recommend you checking that out. We got another one coming up this weekend, which could be good.
Yeah, for anyone listening to live, well, actually, if you're listening to any version of the show, we have Khalif Adams from Spawn on Me joining us Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on mixer.com/ConCalPod. Last night's episode will be going up edited once I can get it done. You can check out the edited version of last week's episode with Chloe Naylor, Ben Bellevue, and Kate Sanchez. And then next week, Tuesday, at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, it is the big old Constant Calibrating episode 300, which I'm still trying to finish the goddamn video I'm trying to make for it. I'm trying not to announce it, but I keep announcing everyone. But yeah, it'll be myself, Justin, Brad, Ryan, Brian, and returning after 5-6 years, Steven, my co-founder, will be joining for the show. So we're gonna have 6 people, and
various degrees of social awkwardness,
and probably no planning whatsoever. It's just gonna be it was that or get a big guest, and where's the fun in that?
I know, right? That's not what people come for.
Nah, I mean, probably, but it's what Justin and I had an idea of doing for like the last year, and it actually worked out. So we're going with it. It sincerely will be a lot of fun. So that's the shows you got on the horizon, and yeah, good times ahead.
Yep. So that is all. So razzle dazzle wub wub. Interchangeable edger. Until we catch you next time. I think. Fuck. I did that out of order. I don't care. End the show.